So, where last session left off, again, was Damien started taking off after hearing the screeching sound of some beast. Started taking off in the direction of the orcish town in the mountains, with three of the splintered following him. Per the conversation between Nathaniel and Carrick, that Carrick has to stay here and fulfill his end of the deal to turn all the weapons to gold. Damien, as you took off, you ran for about 12 seconds or so, when suddenly, Carrick, what you notice is the one splintered standing by Nathaniel begins to just cough erratically and begins to hack and spit. And you see this black, as you're doing your magic, and you're looking at the side of your view, and you kind of turn your head as you're still doing this chant. You see him coughing up this black ichor mixed with blood, and you see him kind of fall to the ground. As that happens, Nathaniel screams at the top of his lungs, Hammond! Hammond! Sully's fucking dying! We need to fucking go now! We're fucking leaving! He points at you, Carrick. He takes a hand, he says, Fuck the gold! We're going north! We need to fucking take care of this man! You see two of the fucking splintered haul down, like, everybody begins to panic. They grab Sarly. Damien, I need you to roll perception check, please.
I believe... Let me pull up my character sheet. Should have had this open already.
Two of the splintered reach down and grab him and pick him up. And as he does that, he's spitting up blood in this ichor all over himself. And you see that actually, it seems that the skin on his shoulder, because again, he's not wearing a shirt, is actually starting to peel off and revealing 13. The layer of muscle underneath. As you're running with the other three in tow, Damien, you hear Nathaniel's voice screaming in utter panic. You can't make out all the words, but you hear Sarly is fucking dying.
I turned back.
Okay. So as you do that, the other three don't quite hear it, but you do. They turn as you kind of stop dead in your tracks, and they were following you. They look at you for a moment.
As I'm running, I say, "Did you not hear that? A man at your camp is having trouble."
Is it Sarly? Is Sarly? Oh, fuck! And with that, Amon kind of turns and just fucking doesn't even say anything, just starts running back. Carrick, you see all this happening. Do you stop casting?
How close am I to finish? How close am I to finishing a current batch?
You probably started maybe like 15, 20 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, fuck it. I'll stop.
Okay, so you stop and do you kind of just stand where you are, or do you approach, or what are you doing?
I'm just gonna see kind of how this plays out for a second.
Okay, so you see two of the splintered picking this dude up. The other two are starting to gather everybody else's things. Nathaniel is running off in the direction of Damien and the other three to get them. And then the last one is picking up all Sarly's things that he's been carrying since the transformation. Basically, everybody, they're just scrambling to gather their shit and get the fuck out of here. After a couple seconds, Damien, you start turning back. You see Nathaniel come out from behind a tree, kind of. He's like running in your direction. He says, "We need to fucking go! Sully's fucking dying. This shit's moving faster than we thought."
Yeah. When I get to, I'm running to him. I want to check him. Is he like? Does he have battle wounds I can heal at all?
Talking
or
about
anything
Sarly?
like that, or is it pure? Yeah, or is it purely just he's this shit's in his blood. And
Yeah. So as you approach, as the other two are picking up, you kind of come over to him. As they're picking him up, you see that again. There's the gaping wound in his chest, but all of the like tissue around it, and then spreading from it to his shoulders. It's just like this black, almost. It almost looks like his skin is melting. It's this black, like
okay. So what I want to do
almost.
So what I want to do is, I walk up to him, put my hand on that corrupted, fucked up shit, and I want to try to cure a disease or neutralize a poison and see if that just at least slows it.
Okay. So the energy radiates from your hand into him, and for a brief moment, you see the edges of that black, like, sludge kind of pull in towards the center, but it doesn't seem to remove all of it. It kind of just like at the edges where it's spreading, it kind of crawls back in, but it doesn't seem to do anything to the parts that are already kind of like melted and deteriorated.
All right, I want to cast Divine Sense.
Okay.
Basically, until the end of the next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hollow spell or locate the location of a celestial fiend undead. I'm just trying to like see if there's anything that this is telling me. I doubt it, but
No. No aura. No energy.
All right, then I'm gonna pump the last 15 points of my lay on hands into healing. Yeah.
Oh.
Like this is a big heal I'm pumping.
So as you pump that into him, you see that like that sludgish wound almost like bubbles and pops as air releases from his chest. But it doesn't seem to actually, like, it seems like some of the skin around it comes back and like heals, but whatever this is in his heart and in its blood, and it's not helping. It seems like it's stopping it from spreading, but he's definitely fucking polluted.
Yeah. I just look at his name Nathaniel, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I just say, we leave now. Where should lead the way?
We need to make it north. We need to get past the fucking mountains. We need to get near Melro. It'll take about a day. We need to keep him fucking alive. We need to get to that general area. We can find the ingredients we need for the Blood Moon tea. If we can get it to him, we can stop this shit from spreading. We begin to heal him. Otherwise, it'll fucking course through his veins.
I pick him up because I feel like I'm probably faster than everyone else in this group and just fucking strong as shit.
So you take him from the other two that were picking him up?
Yeah, and I'm holding him by myself now.
Okay. What's your current carrying What's your carrying capacity and what's your current encumbrance at?
I'm carrying 214 pounds currently. I can hold 270, so I'd have to get rid of some stuff.
You are now encumbered if you pick him up.
Yeah.
He is approximately 220 pounds.
I dropped 95 pounds of that ore.
Okay. You could share the load if you have somebody else carrying it. I mean, but there were also... You took him from two other people that were carrying him.
Yeah, I drop the metal, throw it Carrick's way, and then I guess I'll assist in helping one of them.
Okay. So, okay, so you take about 110 pounds of his weight. Roland takes the other 110 pounds as you drop the 90 or so pounds of the metal. Carrick, you're watching everybody scrambling. You doing anything?
Yeah, I just have a quick question. Is anyone in tabletop sim?
The two of us are.
Do I have all my spell slots listed in there? Because that's where I keep track of it. Like, it should just be like 4, 3, 3.
Four first level, 1 second level, 2 third level, 1 fourth level.
Okay. Yeah. There's not much I can really do in terms of spells
You do
and
have
shit.
Revivify.
I do, but he's not dead, right?
Oh, I don't know what it even does. I thought it was just a chunky heal.
No. And also, I also need 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds to cast it, so I don't think I have that. No, I mean, if I see that what Damian did helped, I'll pump a Cure Wounds into him.
Okay. So as Damien and Roland are picking him up, and the rest of the splinters are beginning to move out north, you kind of come up, pump another divine energy into him, and again you see that sludge begin to bubble, and then the edges of it kind of compress in more. But again, that the deep sludge that's kind of eaten away at his chest cavity and made this cavity in his chest persists.
Is he taking damage?
Is he taking damage?
Would you consider that to be acid damage?
It is not acid damage.
Fuck. Yeah, I really don't have much I can do magically, like, at all. Yeah, no, I guess no, I can't. There's nothing really I can really do.
Okay. So they pick him up, and as you kind of pump that into him, they start to Damien and Roland taking the lead, kind of just starts to pull him away, and they're all moving north. As they kind of like leave your reach, maybe like 5 feet, Carrick. Damien, do you say anything, or the splinters are starting to move north? They're not even acknowledging that you, Carrick. They're just doing what they need to do for this guy.
Right.
Yeah, I take a moment and I look at Carrick and I just say, whether you come or not, I'm going north. You can tell the others I honestly don't care. I don't know if we'll ever see each other again, but if we don't, stay safe. And then I run off with the others, carrying this boy.
So you kind of holding half his body, start moving north with the rest. Carrick, you're standing there. What are you doing?
Carrick just kind of looks at the ground, and he kind of looks at the splintered, and how Damien kind of just said, I don't really give a shit if we meet again. And he's like, okay, that was a thing.
I guess if I didn't mean it quite like that, but yeah.
It didn't seem like you had any intent to try and meet back up. Like, at least that was the
That's how it came across, yeah.
intonation, yeah.
True.
So Carrick burns a 3rd level spell. Soup, are you there?
Yes.
So Carrick burns a 3rd level spell slot to Abot, and he just says, he uses sending, and he says, Damien and the Splinter going north, will be rendezvousing with you at the, God, I want to say Hunan. That's a type of chicken. Hanu, thank you. At the Hanu camp.
Okay.
That's it.
So do you kind of stay where you are, or do you then start making your way towards the Hanu?
No, I mean, so around me, right, is a bunch of like
Weapons and
weapons.
ore. and 90 pounds of ore that Damien just dumped out of his pockets before he left.
95.
No,
95.
I mean, I'm gonna, what's my right now? Let's see. I have 184. Okay, no, I'm basically capped for what I can carry, because I I can only carry 10 more pounds, and then I'll be encumbered. So no, I just leave it.
There's a wheelbarrow. Sorry.
There are
Yeah.
wheelbarrows.
Carrick doesn't. I feel like Carrick is concerned that he's gonna make too much noise. Like he already makes a shit ton of noise. He doesn't want to make more noise by using a wheelbarrow, especially traveling by himself in the fucking woods.
Yeah, unless he's being carried in it.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. You can come back to me later, unless you need me to say something.
I
else.
need you to tell me whether or not you're staying where you are, or you are beginning to move towards the Hanu.
I'm beginning to move towards the Hanu, but it's late at night, right?
It is actually midday.
Oh, fuck. Alright, nope. Carrick's gonna keep his armor on and just sort of make his way. He's not gonna run, but he's gonna kind of like power walk. Like, he's gonna power walk his way to the
Hold
Hanu.
on, let me check my note for a second. I think you were right and I was wrong.
I thought it was nighttime.
It was
Yeah.
nighttime. It was nighttime because I was thinking about last session. Yeah, it is nighttime.
Alright.
Is it 1 in the morning?
Since
It's
it's
about one. What's about 1 in the
nighttime,
morning?
Can I? So I know if I travel with heavy armor, I'm at disadvantage for stealth. Can I take my armor off, carry it with me, and travel without
It
disadvantage?
would still make the same amount of noise.
Oh, well then I'll keep it on. And I'll just
I mean,
make
if you
my
put it in your pack and found a way to like wrap it so that the chainmail and whatever else isn't like the metal isn't jingling, then yeah. But you'd have to come up with a solution there,
No, that's fine. I'll just keep going the way I'm going.
right? Because you're wearing chainmail, so it's, the chain links are kind of jingling together, and they're still gonna do that if you take it off and fold it up and put it in your pack. So you'd have to like kind of like wrap it in cloth or something.
No, that's fair.
Okay. So you turn off and begin making your way up to the Hanu.
Correct.
Okay. So as you do that, you kind of one by one see and you look over your shoulder to the north. You see one by one Damian and the splintered kind of disappearing into the night, into the behind the trees and into the woods. As you make your way towards the Hanu. So with that, Captain, if you want to continue to listen in to the rest of the session, you're more than welcome. But this is going to be for those going north, and as of now, it is only Damian going north.
Roger, Dodger.
Okay. So Damian, you begin to move north, having just left Carrick behind. It's the group that you're with is just in utter panic. Nathaniel is barking out orders, telling 2 of his men to scout ahead, while 2 are scouting to the east and 2 are scouting to the west. There's one. It's a very like tactical formation. There's one trailing behind, and they're just keeping a watch on all of their surroundings. They're spread out by about 60 feet. There's you and Roland carrying Starly. Nathaniel kind of in a light jog in the middle as everybody kind of runs in unison. You see that this is one of the most tactical things you've seen them do, where they're all kind of jogging at the same pace as they kind of slowly make their way north. And Nathaniel barks out, "We'll keep this pace, and we will keep moving, and we will not stop until we reach the cavern. Do you understand?" And one by one, the men say aye, yes, so on and so forth. Are you doing anything, or are you just kind of following their lead?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta carry the boy, so
Okay.
I'm keeping pace. I'm probably slightly outpacing whoever I'm holding him with, and then having to like hold back a little bit.
Yeah, I mean you can control your speed, right? There's no such thing as like you're just doing just doing a lighter jog. You're moving your legs slower, right? Like it's not like
Exactly. Yeah, I'm just saying like I keep wanting to push harder, but I probably can't push as hard as I'm wanting to.
Okay. So with that, you keep this very moderate jog up, and again, they're kind of like rotating out every like 45 minutes or so, and this pace continues for quite some time. are you in jukebox?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, I'll line
I
that
can
up
get
for
it
you.
if I need to.
Yeah. You can join that.
There we go. I have it favorited, so I can just join from my browser now.
Okay, cool.
I have it almost completely muted. There we go. It's just lagging, I guess. Okay, I guess we'll have it there. Alright.
So, the pace begins, and you're in this light jog, just traveling north. As you're carrying Starly, you just hear him coughing and hacking every now and then, spitting up on himself. As you're kind of carrying him by his shoulders, and Roland is carrying him by his legs. And you can see that he's in pain as with each bounce of every step, you just see him wince, cough. You see that he's breaking out in a sweat. And you can just getting more and more pale and just slowly deteriorating. This pace and this pain in this man continues through the night for the next 8 hours. Are you interacting with the Splintered at all through this, or are you just staying firm and staying on point?
Hold on. Sorry, I got interrupted. Can you repeat the last part?
Are you just staying firm and holding on point and letting the Nathaniel and the Splinter kind of manage the situation and just jogging in alignment with them, or are you doing anything during these next 8 hours that you guys are traveling?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be every so often pumping a cure wounds into the boy.
Okay. Okay.
Just try to
How
calm him
how
down.
often are you gonna try and do that?
It's 8 hours, right?
Yep.
I have 5 spell slots, so a little bit under every 2 hours.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna mark all my spell slots gone.
Sounds
Two of
good.
them were level 2s.
Okay. So how many times did you cast it?
5 times. 1d8 plus 5 was 3 times, and then 2d8 plus 5 was 2
Okay.
times.
Roll those heals for me.
Okay. Can I just do it? Nah, never mind. Okay, so let me roll 7 d8s. Where? How did I get turned around? D8, D8. All right. Okay. Alright, so that's 16, and then I need to roll another 3. So 16 plus 13 is 29 plus plus 25.
29 plus 25.
Yeah. So a fuck ton of healing.
54. Okay. Great. All right.
Just trying to hold back whatever is
Yeah.
going on.
So, as you periodically continue to pump this divine energy into him, you see that again periodically he's just deteriorating more and more and degrading more and more. But every time you pump this into him, you see that there's a spark of life into him, and this continues over the course of the next 8 hours as you carry him through the forest to the north. Okay. And by the time you get to this point, Nathaniel points out, and at this point the sun has risen. It's early morning. Nathaniel points out after these 8 hours pass, we're almost there, boys. We just need a little further. He looks at you for a moment, and he looks you dead in the face, and he says, "Thank fucking God you came. You fucking keeping him alive is the only fucking reason he's still breathing." And you see that while Sarli has deteriorated over these 8 hours, he's actually in this point, and you've been watching him gradually deteriorate. Every time you're pumping in that wounds, he kind of sparks back up, and he's definitely looking healthier than he was when you actually left the the site with Carrick.
Yeah, I've healed this guy in the last 8 hours now for 69.
Yeah, and yep.
I say to Nathaniel, I say, unfortunately, my powers are running low, so we need to get him help soon.
Yes, we just need to get to this cavern. The mushrooms we need are there. I will find the herbs. The herbs are plentiful. You can see that he's just panicked, and he's trying to pull this together as fast as he can. 1 second. And with that, you guys continue at that pace. He says, "Once we get to the cavern, we can find belladonna. I'll go gather the shimmer leaf. We can mash those up. We need to find a stream. There's one to the north, just a little bit farther from there. We can make the tea. We have the ability to heat it. We'll be fine. You're gonna be fine, Sarli." He puts his hand basically on his leg as he kind of runs forward. You see that he takes the lead at this point. And you can see that he's no longer kind of just walking. He's actually taking a very specific path. After a couple minutes, you see that there's the entrance to a cavern, and then ahead of you is basically just more sprawling forest. Nathaniel cuts to the right and runs to the cavern. The rest of the splinter are kind of just standing there. 2 of them run forward and begin kind of scavenging around different trees. You see that actually the rest of them are doing the same as you and Roland stand there holding Sarli. So they're all kind of looking around the base of these trees. Nathaniel just ran into a cave.
So I'm actually going to try something very unique. Fuck, I keep forgetting his name. The guy that's fucked up right now.
Sarli.
Is he conscious?
It seems that he's conscious but unresponsive. All he's really managing is like grunts and noises.
Yeah, even though he doesn't really have any care, like any emotional ties to this man, he's kind of like he's imagining all the pain that his family went through.
Mm-hmm.
All the things he's seen. And for a moment, he's completely given up on his God for the longest time. But he remembers that, he used to believe greatly in Helm, the God of protection. And he starts casting ceremony. And as he's casting this, he holds his hand, seeing that he's not responsive, and says, "I would like my God to protect you. If this is what you would like, I know you can't speak now, but squeeze my hand. Give me something that will tell me that you were willing to fight this."
As your hand is kind of like resting on his, you just feel the faintest of squeezes kind of like on your palm.
Alright, I start casting my religious ceremony.
Okay.
Basically, I'm just muttering, all these things that I learned about in the scriptures, about Helm and the stories, and all the times he's protected and the things he's done. sometimes, having moments where he kind of just like chuckles to himself, where like he doesn't believe it, but he's still pushing through, and because he wants to believe. As the ceremony is going on, he's just kind of like the ritual is essentially just him talking about Helm's deeds.
Okay.
This takes about an hour.
Okay.
While they're searching for all the shit they need.
Okay. Is this which of the
This is dedication.
Dedication. Okay. So as you see that for the first time, as you do this, you see his face is no longer like beating sweat and wincing in pain. For a moment, he just looks serene. His like face kind of tension in his face kind of lessens, and for a moment you see kind of peace washing over this man. As he kind of lays in your arms, and then his legs kind of laying on Roland. And as you kind of are doing that, you and Roland kind of slowly lower him to the ground, and you're all taking some time to breathe as everybody else gathers the materials, and you cast the spell. As you finish the spell after about an hour, and you see just kind of this serenity kind of washed over. It seems that you've relieved a significant amount of the pain that Sarley's experiencing. You see Nathaniel come running out with the pouch that you've seen him carry at his side, normally with kind of different knickknacks in it, just filled like. As it's a small pouch, but it's just kind of like filled to the brim with these dark brown, kind of scrunched up, mushed up mushrooms. You see two of the splintered come back first. One of them with a satchel of water. The other with a bundle of like some kind of leaves that have this very faint like shimmer to them. Almost looks like faint greenish silverish coating, kind of just like sitting on the leaves. A few others come running out from different directions of the woods with leaves. They just went out and gathered as much as they can. As everybody reconvenes over the next hour and a half, it's about the equivalent of like 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
All right. As the spell finishes, also, I take the necklace of Helm off from around my neck and lay it on his chest.
Okay.
You said Constitution saving throw?
Yep.
Alright, Constitution. It's not amazing, but we'll see. Yeah, that's a 6.
Okay. As you kind of finish this intense concentration and place the necklace on his chest, you realize in that moment how you're, after this run and after not sleeping for this night, you're beginning to suffer from exhaustion. Take 1 point of exhaustion, please.
Yeah, as soon as that happens, I feel like I would probably just collapse. I just ran for 8 hours and like did all kinds of shit. Like,
yeah, and then just this intense
he just
focus.
falls over.
Yeah, you kind of fall to your knees and fall down as you kind of release this energy and kind of all of your prayers into this man. The rest of them come back, and you see almost instantly Nathaniel is working on trying to start a fire. And you see another one pull out a pot and start throwing the mushrooms from Nathaniel's pack. And they're kind of doing this without even communicating. They're just kind of, they know what to do, and they're just all working in unison as one. Throwing everything into the pot, and he's taking a stick, almost like a branch, like a thick branch, and he's kind of just beating all of these things together, kind of making this like medley in this pot. As the other one comes over and over his shoulder and dumps the water inside into the pot.
As this is happening, like I'm imagining like I'm collapsed, resting on my shoulder, like eyes barely open, but I'm trying to like stay awake enough so I can watch the process of them making this tea.
Yeah, it seems to be
Like,
very
it's a struggle.
very rudimentary. They're just kind of throwing everything in there, mashing it all up as best they can, and then you see the water get pulled in as you kind of as you see Nathaniel finally getting Flint to strike and is able to create a small fire. Roll another Constitution saving throw, please. As you struggle to stay awake.
That's an 8.
You're barely able to hang on as you kind of watch some of the others splintered after this long jog. You see Alan and Roland, who was helping you carry Sarli. You see them one and then two kind of just nod off, kind of just as exhausted as you are.
I mean, we just ran through the forest for 8 hours carrying
Yeah.
a 200-pound dude, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody's fucking exhausted, but everybody's in sheer panic trying to keep their friend alive. And so as Nathaniel is kind of much like it's just utter silence in this morning. You can see that the dew left on the grass floor around you is kind of beginning to evaporate as the sun kind of begins to beat down on the forest. You see that after maybe 5 or 10 minutes of you kind of hanging on in this limbo of being asleep and being awake, Nathaniel kind of stirring this pot over and over and over again as he holds it over the fire, rests it on the fire, and he stirs and he stirs and he stirs for what feels like 15, maybe 20 minutes as you're kind of just nodding and nodding. After some time, he takes the whole pot and he kind of carefully, kind of like in a half crouch, kind of wobbles over to Sarli, takes one knee at his head, and you see again Sarli's bare chest and this sludge-like wound and this gaping hole in it. You kind of notice his face, and you see the different scars running down his right cheek, and you kind of, for the first time, notice his dull green eyes kind of just resting there, almost lifeless. You notice his chest kind of slowly rising and falling, and rising and falling, as one of you can see that he's just ever so slightly moving a couple of his fingertips on his left hand. The man you kind of see now seems to be the equivalent of like his mid-30s, maybe late 30s. Human man with a scraggly blonde beard that he does not take care of at all, and his hair is kind of slicked back, caked in sweat and blood, as he's kind of been face up, just coughing up onto his own face. And as Nathaniel kind of comes down next to him and takes one knee, he pours the liquid into his throat and then takes some and pours it directly into the wound on his chest. And this is scorching hot liquid, and you hear just Sarli kind of jolt and scream as the scorching hot liquid just kind of lays down his throat and onto his chest. It's the most animated you've seen him in the past 8 hours. Instantly, he passes out. And you see Nathaniel fall back in his chair, and then lean forward, his hands on his crossed legs, and put his fucking hands on his temples, and kind of, you see the hands come together, the fingertips basically resting, his thumbs resting on his chin, and the tips of his fingers resting on his forehead, and you can just see the stress and the tension in his eyes. And you see him kind of mumbling something under his breath. If you'd like, you can roll a perception check to see what he's saying, potentially.
Yeah. Let's see. A 16 plus 2.
You just hear him, this fucking better work. He better fucking make it through this. I can't fucking lose another one. This is your fucking fault, beast. This is your fucking fault. And it kind of, in that moment, goes silent in the forest. What are you doing?
I pass out.
Okay. And then you kind of just let go and drift into sleep. um, with that, it is some amount of time passes, and you feel a nudge at your shoulder. As your eyes, kind of first the right eye and then the left eye kind of slowly open, you see that it's dark out again. You kind of look up, and you see these two dull green eyes looking at you, and this scraggly blonde beard, this slicked back blonde hair, and this blood-caked face, and you see Sarli kind of looking down at you. I heard you saved me, mate. I can't thank you enough.
I'm trying to get my bearing at this point. I set up a little bit, and I say, I didn't know how I would react when it happened. I reacted. I used everything I had, and more, to make sure that you lived.
I heard your whispers in your prayers, and I felt your energy pour through me. I'd given up until I felt that again and again. Nathaniel told me it was you.
Oh.
And he takes a hand and kind of reaches out to you, to kind of grab you. He's like, I can't thank you enough, brother.
I just say, I grab his hand and give him a handshake, and I just say, if you want to repay me, stay alive. Help me with this transformation. And don't rat me out to the Shalinstians.
Kind of looks up over at Nathaniel, who's maybe like 5 feet away. As he kind of looks over to his left, and you kind of like, you're on the ground still, and you kind of roll your head back and up. And Nathaniel kind of just gives you and him a nod. Nathaniel kind of stands up slowly and walks over to you, and kind of then comes and sits back down next to you as you're kind of still laying there. And
oh yeah, I'm still fucking exhausted as shit.
Yeah, you see that it's fairly dark out. Looks to be about dusk. You'd slept for probably about 6 hours. Give yourself a long rest. Am
I still exhausted?
You are not exhausted, but you're still groggy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if you kind of just hang out for another 2 hours or so, you'll be good. But you're still. It was quite the ordeal.
I don't have any intentions on moving anytime soon.
Yeah. As you kind of look over at Nathaniel, and Nathaniel comes closer, and you look at Sarli again, you see that there's this massive scar down his chest, and you see that the skin and the tissue around his chest it looks like it was just burned off, and it's like beginning to blister. The sludge is no longer there. There's still some, like, you can see some like tracklets of like this black, like his veins are a deep dark bluish black kind of running from the center of his chest, where the scar is. But it seems that the tissue itself has healed. Where the wound is, it's just whatever that poison or sludge was is kind of ate away at the skin, or maybe it was even just the tea that was poured on the chest. He seems to be exhausted still, as he kind of sits back and kind of falls back on his back and kind of just lays there looking up at the sky. And Nathaniel again comes closer, and he looks at you and he says, Oi. The tea. The tea is the only thing that can keep us fucking alive. We hadn't prepared any. We didn't think we'd be getting on the Schoenstein's bad side until we met you. We should have known better. He looks at his men, and they're kind of... You see that they seem... The ones that are awake, some of them are still sleeping. The ones that are looking at him, like, they're not really looking at him. They're kind of looking down and around. He says, "We can teach you what you need to know for your coming ordeal. You'll have a hell of a time, you know. But you are with brothers now."
I just say, thank you. I know when I'm in over my head, and I don't know the first thing when it comes to dealing with this. But then I say, but you do know, as long as the Shalinstians are active and they have the strength of their army, they'll never truly be safe. They will make more and more silver weapons and hunt you. I put my hand on the shoulder of the boy that we saved, and I say, they'll hunt him, and they'll hunt me.
He kind of closes his eyes and nods, and he says, "I know. I know. But we don't really have much of a choice other than just to survive, do we?"
I do plan, after all of this, to find answers to what happened to my family and ways to deal with the Shalinstians. It may end in my death, but I plan on doing everything I can to stop these people.
And there's a good chance we'll be by your side, brother. After what you've done, there's a good chance.
I just kind of lay back down on the ground. I say, I need a few hours, but after that, I would like you to teach me everything you can.
Okay. So, you lay back down, fall asleep, take a couple hour nap. After some time passes and you wake up naturally, it's the middle of the night, maybe like 10 o'clock. Seems you slept for another like 4 or 5 hours. There's a bonfire going, and you see all the splinters kind of sitting around it, Starly included. As you wake up, you hear laughing and chuckling. You catch bits and pieces of conversation. Seems like they're reminiscing about different times. You hear, "You remember that one fucking time he told me to kill a fucking dog? I ripped the thing's fucking paws off. Oh my god." Everybody laughs. Another one chimes in. "Yeah, motherfucker's sick. He's fucking sick, isn't he?" And they're all laughing. Alan is the first to notice you, and he kind of points at you. He's waking up. Come here, brother. Come here. And as you do, kind of somebody slams one of the others. Kind of slams a seems to be like a leather sack filled with some kind of liquid into your chest. And as that happens, Nathaniel speaks up. He says, "Oi, mate. You ready to tell us what the beast has told you? Take a seat." And he gestures like on the ground next to him.
Even though I'm feeling good, I'm fucking, my legs are cramping real hard. And I'm just trying to like loosen them up as I'm sitting down.
Okay.
I'm rubbing my legs a lot, trying to just like get them loose.
Okay.
I just say to him, he hasn't hasn't really said anything to me.
Don't you worry, he will. He'll fucking come out. He always does. And, they proceed to kind of tell him a few more stories about different times that the beast has asked them for things. And it's always the same, where it's just something that doesn't make any sense, and it seems violent in nature. After a few minutes of that, Nathaniel kind of raises one hand and just says, "Alright, settle down, settle down. Damian, we need to have a talk, lad. You're gonna be going through something. And it's gonna be something you won't be able to explain to others. It will be something that you can't even really wrap your mind around. You'll fall into a trance. You'll fall to the ground. You won't have control of your body. You'll find yourself in darkness. You'll be looking up into pitch black. And suddenly you'll see this shine. This kind of looks over at Almond. Almond calls it a twinkle. There'll be a moment when that darkness kind of parts above you. And from that moment, this light will shine down. And you'll see these two yellow fucking eyes staring at you. You'll reach up and your hands won't be yours. One will grab something to your left, one will grab something to your right, and you'll pull yourself up. And you'll hear this voice telling you you're beautiful. You'll hear this voice telling you to join it, to come with it, as the eyes fade back away from you. Don't fucking follow them. Do not fucking follow them. It'll get fucking angry with you. It always starts with fucking anger. It'll demand that you follow it. It'll demand that you aid it. Don't fucking do it, Damian. And Nathaniel's looking you dead in the fucking eyes, shaking his head no. Don't fucking do it. And this thing will realize that anger's not gonna work. It'll start to fucking barter with you. It'll start to tell you you'll have unimaginable power. That it'll give you the ability to invoke fear and demand respect from those around you. Don't fucking listen to it. Don't fucking give in. Soon, as you fight it, it'll start to fucking implant these memories. False memories. Keep in mind, they're fucking false. Times when you've been afraid. Times when people have left you behind. And it'll tell you that it's the only one that loves you, and it's the only one that cares about you. It'll try to lure you in. Don't fucking let it. We'll give you some tea beforehand to calm the nerves before the transformation. That should help you. We'll gather more belladonna. We'll prepare you. Once it realizes that it can't get to you through your mind, it'll start to attack your fucking soul. It'll think about all the times that society has pushed you away for what you fucking look like, and what it's turned you into. And I know you've been rejected, and I know I've been there. It hurts. But do not fucking believe this thing. You have brothers here. You have family. As that happens, Roland kind of puts a hand on your shoulder. It'll prey upon your anxiety and your worry for the future. Those friends you left behind. It'll show them to you, and it'll show you how much they hate you. And that they'll never understand you. But that's not fucking true. We fucking care about you. They fucking care about you. I saw it. And he kind of like points out back the way you came to the south. It'll tell you to run and hide with it in the woods, where wars and politics and friends don't matter. Don't fucking listen to it. Dig deep. And remember us, and remember your friends. And that'll help you fucking survive. And when that doesn't fucking work, it'll attack your fucking body. It will fucking devour you. Or at least it will try. It will try to tear you limb for fucking limb. And show you the physical prowess that it can give you. It'll tear you apart and offer to build you back up. But when you're lying there mangled on the floor, don't fucking give in. It's not real. Resist it. Remember, it's not real. Think about the times when you've bested one. And this will help you through it. Stand the fuck up. Gather your limbs. And rip that fucking beast apart. Break out of your trance. And join us here in the real world. Changed. Better. Then he kind of leans in real close. Then he kind of whispers. Human. Fucking human.
Yeah, Damian's just kind of taken back a little bit when he thinks about the idea of him being human. You know, he hasn't seen his own hands for aside from that brief moment during that cleansing with the wolves in, you know, almost 5 months or longer.
Okay. He says, we'll set up camp here. We'll make it safe here so that your first transformation you're with us. We'll lock you to a tree in case the transformation happens so you can't fucking break out. You'll fast the day before. We'll serve you moon tea an hour before the transformation. You'll be surrounded by your friends, your family. And those 3 things will get you through this, brother.
At that point, I raised that that essentially bag of liquid or bottle or whatever it is, and I raise it and I say, looking around, I say, "Let's fucking kick this beast's ass."
Oi! And they all fucking, everybody fucking cheers and like sloshes their fucking like little sacks of liquid around. As it sloshes out, you kind of see this is some kind of like red liquid.
Yeah, as I go to drink it, I remember that I don't really get affected by booze. And then I pass it over to whoever's to my right, and I say, enjoy.
As you do that, he kind of smirks at you because he knows exactly what the fuck's going on. Nods at you, grabs it, takes a swig.
Yeah, he saw me hesitate where I was about to take a swig, and then I was like, you know, actually I can't, and then I hand it over.
Okay. Over the course of the, hold on one second.
I think it's like maybe 6 days.
Yeah, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 6 days.
Damn, I'm good.
6 days. You spend Nathaniel like on that that night, later in that night, tells you that they're gonna just stay here, get camp, get you settled, get you comfortable, and the focus is gonna be on you and getting you through this ordeal. And over the next 6 days, you spend this time growing closer to these individuals and hunting with them, and just enjoying the camaraderie. Roll me 3 charisma checks, please.
Okay. As while this is going on, I just say to Nathaniel, I say, you mentioned these 3, let's say, challenges to attack me. I say, my spirit has never faltered. My body has never failed me. Oh fuck, that's 3 plus whatever. I say, but my mind has been known to be weak at times. I said, I need help with that. It's just plus straight charisma.
Yep, straight charisma. 3 checks.
Okay, so that's an 8. Fucking hell. That's a natural 1.
What's the modifier?
6.
Okay.
It's a total of 6 for that one. So an 8, a 6. There we go. And a 22.
All right. Can you average those out? 8 plus 6 plus 22 divided by 3.
Yeah. 8 plus 6 plus 22 divided by 3. That's a 12.
Okay. All right. So over the next 6 days, you grow a decent friendship. Like these are friends. They're not great friends, but they're friends with these men. Are there any specific conversations that you would have, or any specific information you would look for, or anything that you would say to any of these specific men at any time?
Who's the guy? Was it Roland, the guy that has the now giant chest wound?
That's Sarley.
Sarley, my bad. At some point, I would go to Sarley and I would ask him for my necklace back.
And you would know that since you gave it to him, he's just been wearing it around his neck, kind of just resting right above that scar.
I just say to him, it looks good on you. Helm pulled through for you. This might sound a little strange, but I will need that back. It's how I channeled the magic that saved you.
As you start to talk about it, before you even as you're saying all that, before you even get to the point where you ask for it back, he's already taking it off and handing it back to you.
And then
he kind of read where you were going with this, and he politely and with a smile kind of gave it back to you.
I just say to him, I have ideas of where I can find more symbols. I will get you one if you would like.
Why, that would be good, mate. I felt safe since you whispered those words into my ears.
Say, Helm has let me down before, but yesterday he was in full force.
I've never been a spiritual man, but something about you.
I say, while he does protect, it does come down to the sheer will of the individual.
Looks at the ground, looks back at you, nods, looks back at the ground.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I just say, you have to want to fight. You have to know what you're fighting for, and pray to God that it's the right thing.
Takes the opposite hand, puts it on on your shoulder. You too, brother. You'll win this fight.
Yeah,
You'll win this fight. I know you will.
I just say to him, I say, thank you.
Kind of double taps on your shoulder. Kind of turns back to Roland, who he's talking to.
I put it back around my neck, because I unfortunately, while I'd like to give it to him, I do need that to cast spells.
Okay.
Other than that, you know, the short thing I said to Nathaniel about, you know, trying to, like, my mind is weak at times, and I need to be more stalwart when it comes to that.
Okay. Yeah, and his response would have been all he can offer to help you is the tea.
I give him a chuckle and I say, make it extra strong.
Oh, we will, mate. Don't you worry.
Yeah, so that's about all I can think of for conversation
That you would have, like, specific conversation that you would have during that time.
Yeah,
So other than that,
that
it's just
stand
kind
out.
of them telling you, like, reminiscing different stories about their experiences during their fight with the beast, or different things that it had asked them to do.
You know, while I'm hearing these stories, I'm trying to store them in my mind and remember the terrible things, and know that, you know, mentally that's not the love I'm looking for.
Okay.
That's not something I strive for.
Okay.
And I want to put myself far away from that.
Okay.
You know, I don't want the minor things is okay, but I don't want to be under this thing's control and see what else it wants to do.
Okay.
Like, I'm focusing on that a lot.
Okay. So, then, as you kind of meditate on that over this time, you find, it's kind of a whirlwind of days, spending time with these men, kind of, again, hunting, hanging out, just being jovial, and enjoying your time with them. And eventually time catches up with you, and you realize that it is about an hour before dusk, the night of the blood moon. And Nathaniel,
So this is about when I'm supposed to fast, correct?
you have been fasting this day. Nathaniel has already been preparing. You have been fasting on this day.
Okay.
Yes. And Nathaniel kind of comes, and you're sitting on a stump. At this point, you guys have chopped down a few trees, and you've just been, like, turned the stumps into, like, seats. And he kind of kneels down in front of you and puts his hand on your knee. Oi, how you feeling, brother? You getting ready to fuck this thing up?
I just give him a smirk and I say, I was feeling pretty confident before, but these last couple of days have shored me up even more.
Good. How you feeling? Hungry?
The only hunger I'm experiencing right now is the urge to kill this damn thing.
That's what I like to hear. I'm gonna be headed to the caverns. I'll be gathering you some belladonna. Marvin's going out to get you some sugar leaf. You stay here, relax, just think good thoughts, be positive. Enjoy the men.
When will I know when the trance is coming on?
You'll feel it. You'll feel it. You'll feel like your bones are about to fucking shatter.
It's like, good.
We're here for you. We're gonna tie you up, but we're here for you.
Alright.
So, with that, Nathaniel kind of double taps on your knee, stands up, walks back off in the direction of whatever cavern he's been mentioning. You see that Marvin's been missing for a while. At this point, the sun is almost fully set. Your knees are beginning to feel, like, achy. Roll a Constitution check, please.
So, as soon as this is happening, I had it in my mind all day about what I wanted to do to help myself with this.
Okay.
That they couldn't do. I want to cast Protection from Evil and Good on myself.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is an evil entity that falls under the demographic.
Okay.
So I cast that on myself.
Okay.
And then you said Constitution.
Constitution saving throw, please.
I've been rolling my shit today, so let's see. Hey,
Okay.
21.
So as that happens, you kind of stand up and just kind of like shake it off for a second, and that strain goes away. And you see Kalos and Manda kind of coming over to you, saying, Manda goes, "Aye, you ready?" And you see that as he's saying that, he's kind of pulling out this very long rope. And Kalos is taking the other side of it. And Kalos goes, "Boy, we're going to need you to back up to that tree. I want to wrap this around you real tight like." Yeah?
I just give him a nod, and I think to myself, I was like, I've been trying to find rope for so fucking long, and this is how it gets used on.
Oi, if you make it through this, you can have the rope.
I give him a handshake, and I say, deal.
Deal.
Whenever this protection from good and evil starts to wear off, I'm going to just keep casting it on myself until the trance enters.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure, because I don't know how long this is going to take, but I want to make sure that as soon as I'm going into it, I'm casting it on myself.
Okay. So do you back up to the tree and let them tie you up?
Yep.
Okay. So you back up to the tree. They begin wrapping this rope around you real tight, and they're making jokes the whole time they're doing it. And after a few moments, they got you tied tight. Nathaniel comes back around. You see him lighting that fire again and kind of smashing something up in the pot. Kind of looks up to you while he's kneeled over doing it and just gives you this stupid fucking smile. You say anything as you're getting tied up?
I just say to him, you got some shit in your teeth.
You're gonna have some shit in your teeth too in a few minutes here, buddy. And he goes back to kind of just like muddling
Damian's
up the.
attempt at a practical joke did not work very well.
Goes back to kind of smashing up the ingredients as he goes. Marvin comes back, adds something to the pot, again mashing it up. You see that one of the guys comes and starts just dumping water into there as Nathaniel kind of moves it over and places it on the fire. As that happens, you're feeling that ache come back into your knees. And then soon after, your knuckles and your fingers. You feel it then kind of in your elbows and your shoulders, works up to your hips. And it's starting to be this first annoying ache. But then it slowly starts to grow as you feel your fists clench at your sides.
If protection from evil and good is running out, I'm casting it on myself before I lose control of my hands.
You take your hand and force your fingers open as best you can, slack yourself in the chest, casting protection from evil and good, and for a brief moment, you feel this relaxation. And then in an instant, you feel like both your arms snap back over your head, but there's actually your arms didn't move at all. You go limp. You fall into darkness. You find yourself drifting. Suddenly, from the top of your view, this shimmer. It runs down your line of sight, past your eyes down below. Your eyes follow it down, gliding ever so smoothly. You see two more shimmers come in where that line was just formed and pull it apart. and you see these two large yellow eyes with these line pupils from top to bottom. You see those two shimmers as it kind of pulls apart, and the yellow glow of those eyes kind of lightening this space. Those shimmers are all fingernails as it pulls apart some kind of canvas or fabric, and it looks in at you. So beautiful. Come with me. As the eyes kind of drift away, and two arms reach out in front of you that aren't yours, but this gray fur with black stripes lining the back of the hand kind of reaches up above you, the left, then another one shoots up the right, grabbing that same fabric and begins to pull you up, and you feel your body rising. Whatever this is pulling you up, it feels as though it would be your arms, but it's definitely not your arms, and you are not telling yourself to move like this.
Yeah, as soon as this happens, I tell myself mentally, stay calm. Nathaniel told you this would happen.
Roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm actually proficient in those. Hold up. Specifically wisdom. Hell yeah. That's a 20. That was almost a 5.
20? Okay, write down that 20, please. Make sure you track that.
Oh shit. Do I need like notepad? Or how many numbers am I gonna be tracking here?
Quite a few. So just write down that 20. You write it down right here.
Wisdom 20. I got it in a notepad. Wisdom 20.
Okay. So as you kind of tell yourself to stay calm and stay put, you see the hands that were pulling you up, that are yours, but not yours, kind of stop, and you stop rising for that moment. You kind of look around, and you see that you're actually inside some kind of cocoon of some sort. The eyes have drifted away to a point where they're small dots in the distance. Don't be scared, my child.
If I'm able to, am I able to speak? I know I don't have to control my like arms. And
You can
shit.
certainly
Am I
try.
able-
You can certainly try.
I just say to him, I say, "Why would I be scared of you?"
You've been scared all your life, child. But don't be scared here. There is where you should be. And you feel your head turning to the right. And while those two eyes out in the distance ahead of you, and you turn to the right, and you're kind of looking up past the edge of this cocoon, those two hands still kind of holding on the side. You look to the right, and you see yourself standing there. A human that you recognize. You immediately see that it's also yourself, but when you were a human. Behind you, and behind the other you, one long tendril-like finger kind of creeps up over the left shoulder of the one of you, and then the right shoulder of the other, and you see those two yellow eyes kind of come out of the darkness. With me. Come, my child. It is safe here. What do you do?
I give him a chuckle and I say, you know, honestly, I'm not feeling very safe. Unable to move my arms in this dark. I'm looking around and I say, void with some weird-looking motherfucker. I'd rather go back to where I was, thank you very much.
Roll another wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, I just talked so much shit. Please roll good. Oh, it's an 8.
Write that one down.
It's down.
As that imagery vanishes, you find yourself standing amongst the forest. You see Kira at your side, and you hear as you look forward, this grizzly bear rises up above you on its hind legs, and you see this grizzly bear cub next to you, and you instantly remember this moment. Except something's different. This bear is fucking charging you. And you remember last time, you stood there and you held your ground, you screamed at this beast.
Yeah, I scared the fuck out of it.
But this time, you scream at it and nothing happens. The beast tackles you to the ground and just begins to maul you and rip you apart, biting into your shoulder, ripping at your chest. One claw grabs your left arm, kind of severing it from shoulder to hand. What are you doing?
I just say, stop with your goddamn parlor tricks. We both know what happened. I intimidated the shit out of that beast.
As
I protected its cub, I protected it, and I protected Kira.
as you're thinking that, but you're still in this mutilated memory, you see this beast-like creature, and now it's in the light of this forest. Kira kind of going through these motions, not even reacting to what's happening, but as you're getting mauled by this bear, it's just on top of your chest, just mauling at you. The beast is kind of kneeling. It's a long, like almost like tentacle-like arms and long fingernails, kind of resting in this squatted position on its knees. These long bat-like wings, kind of just like draped over its body, and it's kneeling next to you as you're just getting fucking mauled, and it's just. I can save you. Roll another wisdom saving throw, please.
Yeah, as I'm rolling this, I say, you realize you're mutilating your own body. Referencing that this is the demon body getting destroyed and not the human body.
Yep.
That is me. Come on, be good, be good, be good, be good. 14.
And as you say that, you see that this body that's being mutilated, it seems like the memory has shifted again, and it's actually you in your human form, helpless, being mauled by this bear. But as you say that, and as you see that, the whole memory shifts again, and you find yourself back in darkness.
I just say, what, were you not a fan of me having to help you with your own goddamn homework? I'm just taunting the shit out of him right now.
Okay. So you wrote down that roll?
Yeah, I had a 20, an 8, and a 14.
Okay. You find yourself in this darkness again, and those two yellow eyes kind of drifting off to one side, and you see these forms appearing in the dark, amongst the darkness, and they kind of come into view as they kind of walk toward you very slowly, and you realize very quickly that these are the Eularians. And he says, "These friends of yours, they lie to you. They give in. They are my children. They do my bidding."
Yeah, when he says that, I say, of fucking course they lie to me. Do you think I'm stupid? Of course they give in from time to time. Of course, they sell their services to the highest bidder. I know that they do this. You think I'm an idiot? But they gave me what I needed to defeat you.
Roll a charisma saving throw, please.
I got a +8 in this boy. Oh, thank God. It's a 15.
15. All right. Write that down.
Yep. That was almost a 2.
As he says that, all of those kind of forms fade as you say that. And again, instead, this form is created up way above you in the sky. And a flash of lightning appears. And as that happens, you see again that creature. And you see that it's covered in this dark gray, black, and brown fur. And those long wings kind of are spread out. And its back is hunched over, and its front arms are so long that it kind of drags on the ground as it has this big toothy smile and kind of paces around you slowly, and those big yellow eyes and those black pupils kind of glide across as that lightning flashes. And it says, "Your gods hate you. They betray you. They despise you. There's only one who loves you." And he kind of leans in real close to you. "It is me. Come with me." You spit in a save?
Yeah, I spit in his face and I say, "You do realize the one time I asked you for help, you wouldn't let me lift my sword. If it wasn't for my companions, I would have been dead in that cave because of you. So the only thing I believe in is hell. Yesterday, we saw it. I know you can see through my eyes. You saw what it did. You were a fake."
Roll another charisma saving throw, please.
That's a 20.
Alright, write that down.
Fucking +8. Oh, it feels good.
As you say that, it disappears and he laughs again. "I've always been here for you, my child. Unlike them." And you find yourself in another memory. As you walk out of a cave, kind of holding your hand to your eyes, as the light kind of comes into view, and you notice that your skin is blue, and you remember looking at your hand back and forth. And as you kind of stumble your way back into this village, and people begin to scream and threaten you and yell at you, "They've always hated you. Society will never love you. But I will. You're beautiful. Stay here with me. See what you can become."
I say, "It is asinine to think that every single person in this world will accept you. Doesn't matter if I'm blue, big and scary, or just a normal guy. There will be people that hate me no matter what I am. Along this last 5 months, I have met people that accept me for what I am and who I am. Those are the people that I care what they think. I don't care what everyone else thinks."
Roll a charisma saving throw, please.
Please be good. Oh, that's a 25.
Good. Okay.
That's a 15, a 20, and a 25. Increments of 5, baby.
Okay. As you say that, the creature stands up tall, the wings spread out, and it lunges at you. I need you to roll initiative, please.
If I'm still under the effects of protection from evil and good, he has disadvantage on all attacks, just FYI.
I know.
Okay, rolling initiative. My sweet dex modifier of 0. 11. Beep.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. What'd you get?
I'm 11.
Alright, put your token down. Alright. And as it lunges at you, gets within 5 feet, you find the time to react. Take your turn.
As he's running at me, I say,
It's not lunging at you. It like lunges, flaps its wing once, and covers like 40 feet in like the matter of a second.
okay. Yeah. So this is like essentially a dream, right? Like,
Yep.
It's all, so, out of nowhere, appearing on my back is that great sword that Carrick made for me, and I just unsheath it,
Okay.
and as it's charging at me, I fucking gonna do some fun shit.
Do it.
Going to use my channel divinity and cast Vow of Enmity on it with a bonus action, and I have advantage on it for the next minute. I'm gonna swing my sword.
Do it.
Alright. First roll. So 12 plus 9. So that's a 21.
21 to hit.
Yeah, and then 13 plus 9, so 22.
So a 21 to hit or a 22 to hit.
22 was the higher one.
Okay.
Because
So that's a hit.
advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
So 2d6s. The fuck happened with this one? Do you want me to re-roll this one? That's like,
Just roll. Yeah, reroll it.
alright. That's 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 6 is 14. I should have probably Blue Flame Blade, but oh well.
Is it 14?
14 damage. Yep.
Okay. So as you swing your sword and slash through it, you see that you cut through it almost like butter, and you realize that it's like shadow. And as you do that, and it's continuing to fly at you. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Okay. And as it reaches you, you see its eyes, those large yellow eyes, kind of glowing and radiating out in your direction. As you begin to feel your mind, body, and soul begin to separate. I need you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Okay. 15 plus 8 is 23. Do you want me to write that down as well?
Nope.
Okay.
So as that happens, for that moment, you begin to feel your mind, body, and soul begin to separate. And as you, what do you think about when that starts to happen? How do you hold yourself together?
I mean, I'm holding that sword Carrick made for me, right? So, I just remember that moment on the cart as I watched him, like, from, just shitty metals and crappy weapons turned into this, like, beautiful sword that I'm wielding. And I remember who I am in that moment.
Okay. Okay. And as you do that, and you feel yourself pull yourself back together, you just hear this thing like, "No, no!" and it slashes at you twice with its claws.
Does it have disadvantage?
It does.
Lit.
What's your AC?
Oh shit, 16.
Oof. That's a hit.
Damn. I use shield.
Okay, how much AC does that give you?
21 now.
Okay, that's not a hit. And that was only for that attack, though, right?
No, it's for the rest of the turn.
Okay.
Yeah, until
And
those
that
turns.
is a 21. Meets it beats.
Yep.
2d10.
Do I need to make a Constitution save or concentration check for protection from good or evil, or is that like I'm concentrating it outside, so I don't need to? I
You're
don't know
gonna
how
need
you
to
want
make a concentration check. Yes. And you take 16 points of slashing damage as this large claw kind of scrapes across your chest. And then with that, the creature bounds up into the air, giving you an opportunity attack.
I take it.
Do it.
That's a 10 plus 9, so 19, and then that is, yeah, okay, we're gonna go with the 19.
19?
Yep.
That hits.
So 2d6 plus 6. I can roll. I have great. I have a. You can re-roll a 1 or 2 on damage dice.
Okay.
I'll re-roll them both. This is the first time I've ever actually used that. Okay, and I have to keep that one that I just rolled. So, 7 plus 6, that is what, 13?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And as it bounds up into the air, and you slash at it, and it, as you slash it again, like Shadow. And as it kind of fades from you and you hear that laugh, you find yourself standing again in a forest. And in this moment, you see Flint charging at you full fucking speed. He's running at you full fucking speed and goes to, and like jumps at you, trying to grab you and tackle you to the ground. I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Okay. As this is happening, I'm looking around. Is this like another memory of our duel? That's a 20.
It's 20. So write that down, please.
Oh, for strength? Yeah.
Yep. As he comes to tackle you, kind of take in the surroundings, and this is literally the exact same area where you had that duel with Flint.
Okay.
Oh.
But,
What are you doing as Flint's lunging at you, trying to tackle you?
so I'm dodging.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to harm him. I know from the previous failed memories that he tried to manipulate that this didn't happen, or it happened something like this, but not this directly. So his hand is in it. I'm gonna take this opportunity to cast Armor Agathis on myself as I'm just swiftly dodging out of the way.
Okay. So as you kind of sidestep and then just kind of slap his head down and cast Armor Agathis on yourself, Flint disappears behind you and you fade back into darkness. Except now, the creature is standing behind you where you just pushed Flint, and it's swiping at you again. You'll fucking learn. And it's attacking you again.
Okay.
With disadvantage. Because you passed your concentration check, correct?
Oh, I need to actually do that.
I thought you did it.
It was 16, so I only need to make a DC 10 save. Oh yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first one, as you kind of push him down, and you feel the energy in the environment shift, you know that swing's coming. You kind of just duck under it as it goes high, kind of swiping at your face, and you see the next swing coming at you now. What's your AC?
It's 16, but I'll use shield if I need to.
Okay. So that would be a hit.
Okay, I use shield.
Okay. Are you're tracking your spell slots, right?
Yeah, I just used my last level 1s.
Okay.
I still have 2 level 2s.
Okay. And you see that next claw coming at you, and you kind of hold up. Is that with your helm's medallion?
You know what? It's going to... No, it's actually going to come out of Carrick's sword.
Okay.
An energy... that memory of the sparring, I guess, comes out of Carrick's sword, and I guess an image of Flint actually just fucking deflects it.
Yeah, and you see Flint's image come out, and with his shield just stop and fucking bulwark, fucking block the hit, and then Flint vanishes.
Yeah, after I block it, I say, you know, for an all-powerful demon that wants me to follow him, you are pretty fucking shit.
Feel free to take your turn now.
Yeah, so... We're going to... I already used that. Yeah, I'm gonna use Hexblade's Curse on him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to... I look at the blade that I have in my hand, and I ignite it. And I'm fucking swinging at this boy.
Do it.
So... I now crit on a 19. Oh! I crit! Alright.
Do it. Roll it up.
Alright,
Fucking
so
dope.
we just crit. I'm gonna pump every last spell slot I have into this crit. For my smite. Fuck, how am I gonna... I don't even know how to math this out. Hold on a second, I gotta figure it out. I like how I was saying I crit on a 19, I roll 19. Alright. Divine Smite, D8. Each spell slot. So it'd be 2d8. So that'd be a 60. So everything I roll normally plus 6d8. Can you make me some d8s?
D8s.
Yeah, I got 4 here. If you want to just like.
How many do you need?
I need.
You have 5 there.
I need 6 for that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll just the smite damage real quick, which is radiant. I don't know if that helps.
Okay.
Alright, well that's 29 damage, just from the smite.
Okay.
And then 2d6, so that's 46. Okay, so 46. And then does the cantrip for Blue Flame Blade double in damage as well on a crit?
I need a rules lawyer. I know I got one here
I
somewhere.
believe so. It's all damage, right? Then you only add your modifier once instead of twice.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
Hold up.
I unmuted myself to say it and I was fucking muted.
Okay, just making sure. So instead of a D8 for blue flame, it's 2D8. So I need 2 more. Okay. So Frank, I don't know if you're. That was 29 for that.
Yeah,
if
I'm
you wanna
tracking.
remember that. Okay, 29 for that. And then these. Okay, so it's gonna be this plus
Plus the 29.
6. Okay, so 23, 29 plus 6. So let me get a calculator out.
I got it.
Okay, my math comes out to 58 damage. 29 of which was radiant. And then
Okay.
10 of which was fire. Yeah, once this dude misses, and I say this, I just aim right for this fucking thing's like where I would assume its heart is,
Okay.
and I just pull my sword back and just with like the fucking brightest radiant light you've ever seen, I just stab forward as like the blue flame is swirling around this radiant energy as I stab for its heart. Oh, hold on. Also, I do more damage because of Hexblade's Curse. I do an additional 3, so
Okay.
61 damage.
Okay. So-
and I gain 8 health if it dies.
Okay. It does not die.
Okay, damn it.
It's not gonna be this easy. So you stab into it where you think would your heart be, and you just see the shadow disperse for a moment around it, and as you withdraw, it kind of comes all back together. And in that moment, everything twists yet again, and you find yourself back in that exact moment. Flint is jumping at you to tackle you. You push him down, you sidestep, you cast Armor of Agathis on yourself. The creature appears behind you, you feel it appear. You spin to turn as a claw slashes you in the chest, and then another one slashes you down the center, basically almost decapitating you and basically severing your arm. You feel your arm go limp and hanging at your side. What are you doing? It's basically that exact same moment, except instead of blocking the 2 hits, you just got fucking mutilated by them.
I say, if you're going to manipulate my reality, let's do something a little bit more realistic. If you think for a moment that you're going to kill me, you're wrong.
You'll die here, or you'll kneel. As it takes another swipe, going at your leg, slashing your leg. You feel your leg almost start to buckle. I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
I'm just collecting my dice real quick.
Okay.
Okay. Natural 20, baby!
Okay. Add your strength modifier and write that one down.
The 24.
You're getting really good rolls on these saves. That's awesome. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Okay. You write that one down, add it to the 3 wisdom, the 3 charisma.
Yeah.
You should have 2 strength now.
I got 2 strength.
Okay, good. And as that happens, you feel your leg in that moment kick back out, and you find yourself standing in that no longer maimed state. But you see another claw coming at you as its eyes begin to glow that bright red again, and you feel yourself beginning to be pulled apart again as you hear that same cackle. I need a charisma saving throw. Do not write this one down.
So that's 6 plus 8, so 14.
14. And as that happens, you feel yourself beginning to separate. Your mind, body, and soul tearing each other apart, becoming distorted and twisted. I need you to reduce your hit point maximum by 13.
How the fuck do I do that? Oh, override max. So that would be 51. Okay. I'm at 51 max HP now.
Okay. 81. And as that happens, you feel yourself kind of deteriorate and degrade a bit, as then those two claws come in at you again. That same cackle happening the whole time. That's a miss. And that's a hit. I need you to make a concentration saving throw.
How much damage is it doing?
I haven't decided.
That'll depend on the DC.
Okay, hold on.
Because if you roll over 20 damage, the DC is increased.
Okay.
That's the only reason I'm asking.
Yep, let me get my dice and roll the damage. Where'd it go? 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay, he also takes 10.
Okay. Alright. And as he kind of slashes at you while cackling, these ice shards shoot off your body, piercing through the shadow, kind of flying right through his body. You'll fucking die here. You won't make it out alive.
I just say to him, I am not going to let you take over my body. I would rather die than let you manipulate me. But unfortunately for you, that's not going to happen either.
Feel free to take your turn.
So let's see here. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I ignite that sword again, and I jump up in the air and go to slice it, kind of like that anime slice where like the shadow like splits in half afterwards. I'm not trying to be anime about it, but I'm just trying to do a very
I gotcha.
straight down slice.
I gotcha.
Okay. Alright, so that's 12 plus 9, so that's a 21. Yeah, we're gonna go with the 21.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta do my concentration. Hold
Fail.
up. 1 plus. Yeah, I fail.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm no longer concentrating on protection from good and evil.
Okay.
But I still hit him for 21.
You hit him with a 21. You gotta roll damage.
My attack was 21. Yeah, my
Right.
bad. Alright, so it's 2d6s plus a d8. Rerolling this one. That's better. 8 is 16 plus 6 is a 24 damage. 8 of which was fire.
Okay. How much damage? Can you repeat that?
24 damage, 8 of which was fire. I don't know if that matters.
Nope. All right, cool. So as you kind of take your sword and kind of bring it down through him, just slicing him down the middle, the shadow kind of disperses again. You notice this time it's lingering apart. Sooner he says, I'm growing impatient. As the shadow kind of comes back together after a little bit of a delay.
I just mutter back, kind of just a little dickhead jabby way. Is it impatience or are you tiring?
As again the scenery around you shifts, and you see the white walls of the mithril cavern from when you were in the goblin home.
Okay.
Or the, sorry, not the goblin home. The,
When I was trying to rescue that little girl.
nope. The toad home. The hypnotoad home. You find yourself running full speed through the cavern as you hear this sloshing sound above you. And you feel this torrent of water, this pillar of water, land on your body, forcing you down into the ground, pushing your body down, and you feel yourself just tumble forward. And then another, and then another, and then another. You need to make a strength saving throw, please, as your body is being smashed into the ground over and over and over again, and you hear this.
It's a 12.
12, write that down.
Yep.
And you see that large hypnotoad coming over you and hovering over your body as it reaches down and grabs one arm and grabs the other and begins to pull you in half. What are you doing?
I just say out loud, I say, when are you gonna learn that manipulating my memories is not gonna work for you? I did go down in this fight, but I was rescued by my robotic friend.
And as you come back to, the world shifts again. And that large, toothy grin is directly in your face. Those large yellow eyes holding you in place. You find yourself elevated in the air as it's holding one of your arms and one of your arms. And you begin to feel yourself separating. I need you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Not writing it down, correct?
Not writing it down.
8 plus 8 is 16.
Okay. And you're able to pull yourself together as you remember Abot reaching out for you and dragging you out of the cavern. And as you pull yourself together, you see this large, toothy mouth opening and kind of reaching out over you. I need you to make a grapple check.
So is that the athletics?
It would be athletics or dex or acrobatics.
Hey, I'm proficient. Ooh, that's a 21. What did it roll?
Hold on.
Oh, well, that's a 9. So unless I feel pretty good about this.
Yeah. So yours was acrobatics.
No, mine was athletics.
Okay. So as it's coming, it's holding your arms outstretched on either side of you, like you're crucified, and it's coming down to basically bite your fucking head off. You're able to flex with all your might, pull both arms out of it, and you kind of drop below it. And it goes to take that bite, and it's going to have disadvantage as you fall.
I want to actually grab onto this thing. I don't want to fall.
You don't want to fall? Yeah.
No, I don't want to fall. I want to grab. As this thing's trying to bite me, I'm trying to grab onto it. I want to punch this thing in its dumb face.
Okay. So as it's coming down with its huge head, trying to encase you, and you kind of pull and break through, and you kind of grab. What part of it do you grab onto? It has these two large horns protruding from its head, and the two large bat ears, and the almost like the face of a bat, but with a snout like a wolf.
I want to grab onto its ear and if possible, you can tell me how much I can get away with here. I want to land on top, like grab its ear, swing up onto the top of its head.
So you won't be able to swing up. You'll be able to grab its ear and kind of hang there.
Okay.
As it's coming down to try to bite
if
you.
I went for the horn.
Either way, it would be an action to try and swing yourself around and pull yourself up.
Gotcha.
But as you kind of reach up to grab that that ear, it comes down, and that bite, instead of landing on your head, actually lands on your shoulder.
Okay. a lot of dice you're rolling there, bud.
Yep. Oofy doofy. Dealing 26 points of piercing damage as it crunches into your shoulder, ripping out a chunk of flesh.
Alright.
You taste good, child. This can end now. Lay down your arms. Join me.
Why would I join someone that's struggling this hard to kill a goddamn mortal? I say also to him, I think you're becoming scared. But you're not going to be able to manipulate me into my own defeat.
Okay, what are you doing? As you're kind of hanging on to it, you're kind of hanging there as it just bit into your other shoulder. You're kind of holding it by the ear. You can use an action to swing yourself up.
Yeah, because ideally, I won't spoil it. Yeah, I'll go up.
Like on the back of its head? Like on the back of its neck?
On the back of its head.
Okay. So you kind of...
Wherever I'm able to get up to.
Yeah, so you're able to get like on the back, like if you look at this thing, like the back, like on its shoulders, basically.
Actually, would I be able to swing my two-handed sword with one hand to like while I'm holding onto this guy's ear?
No, it's a two-handed sword.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I'd like do it at like a huge disadvantage or something.
No, it's a two-handed sword.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna swing up on his head.
All right. Roll an athletics or acrobatics check, please.
I'm gonna go with athletics. That's a 9.
Okay. So you're not able to like gracefully swing yourself up, but you're able to grab on and kind of use your sword to kind of like leverage on that horn and kind of pull yourself and get yourself up on top of his back as he begins to. I will fucking get you. Is that gonna end your turn?
Yes.
Okay. And with that, it launches itself up into the sky 10, 20, 30, 40 feet. And it flips upside down. It's starting to fly, do barrel rolls in this darkness, and you just feel it whipping your body back, left, right, up, down, as it flails around trying to shake you free. I need another athletics or acrobatics check, please, as you fight to hold on.
That's a 15 plus 7, so 22.
And you're able to kind of hold on with all your might, as you can feel the creature getting more and more frustrated as it flails around. You're able to hold on. It's your turn. What are you doing?
Am I able to like get a decent brace on this thing, or is he still going apeshit?
You can certainly try to kind of like hold on with your leg, squeeze them real tight, and drive your sword in or something. Tell me what you're trying to do, and I'll tell you if you can do it.
That's exactly actually what I was going to do. I was going to try to figure out a way to like brace myself, and I want to fucking spin my sword upside down and stab directly down into like his neck where his like spinal cord would be.
Okay.
And like what's that part that connects from the spine to the brain? I guess the brainstem.
Yep, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. And as I do this, I say, I think it's time to put you out of your misery.
All right.
I just say to him, this ends now.
Roll an attack.
That's a 12, but I have advantage.
Why do you have advantage?
Because of Vow of Enmity. So it's a 12 plus 9. So that's 21.
That hits.
Can I say for thematic, I did Blue Flame Blade, fucking ignited this sword as I stepped down?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so 21. I can reroll both of these, thank God. Do you want me to do this one? It's cocked, but I already re-rolled it, so I don't know how you want me to.
Reroll it.
Man, 3 in a row, huh? Okay, so that's 5 plus 8. Damn, I'm like max damaging on Blue Flame Blade every time. So 13 damage, 8 of which is fire.
So as you kind of wrap your legs around basically his neck, squeezing with all your might with your with your thighs, spin your sword around, drive it down straight through, basically between your legs, through the back of his neck. As the shadow vanishes, and you begin to plummet, and you fall, and you feel your body twisting and falling as you hit solid ground. And you lay there. You just fell 40 feet.
Is it possible, while I was falling, to pump lay on hands into myself?
No, you used your action already.
Ah, shit, okay.
I need a rules lawyer. Fall damage is 1d6 per 10 feet.
Yeah, so 46. Yikes.
You take 13
Correct.
points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
And as you hit the ground, you hear silence. And you find yourself oriented differently. Bound. You look out in front of you. Your vision blurred. You look down. You see your arms. Long, tendril-like hands. Claws. You're tied to something. There's a rope around your torso. Your legs inverted backwards a different way. Your vision blurred and you can smell the scent of blood. Out in front of you, you see looks to be 8, maybe 9 figures. What are you doing?
Am I able to speak? I try to speak and I say, mission accomplished, boys.
When you go to speak, all you hear is and as that happens, you see out in front of you this light. Pinkish, orangish, and you feel this immense burning sensation as all the figures near you begin to stand, and you realize the sun is rising, and you pass out. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Well, goddamn. I think I won.
I don't know.
Good job.
Oh boy.
I missed the last 20 minutes. What happened?
That was pretty dope, Frank.
High octane, high adrenaline, man-on-man action.
That's what happens too.
Yeah, it got kind of homoerotic. in the
fuck.
middle.
Erotic. What do you
Was
mean?
there some fucking hentai action?
There was.
No.
Kinda.
Listen, I just know
with
that I
the-
came in and someone was dropping hot liquid on someone's chest and then he started screaming, so
It was
I don't
cum.
know.
No!
No, it wasn't. It was the fucking silver poison.
Yeah, I know,
Exactly, cum.
I'm just joking because I'm teasing Frank. But yeah, it was a lot. I liked everything I heard.
Oh man, that was fun.
That was fun. I rolled pretty damn good too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Okay.
So now's our session.
Because I was talking so
No, I
much
can't. I
shit.
can't do
had
another
one-
session tonight.
If,
We're gonna do our
if
session
I had
on Saturday.
one bad roll, my shit talking would have had to calm down a little bit.
Yeah, that was so much fun. I really enjoyed all that.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay. So, let me see here. What were?
My rolls.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me find what I'm looking for. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for. All right. So first we're gonna start with your wisdom rolls.
Do you want me to just tell you the numbers, or you?
Yeah, very slowly.
Okay, 20.
Okay, hold on.
8.
20 and an 8.
Yeah, separate numbers.
Okay, what's next?
14.
A 14.
Yep.
Okay. Now charisma.
So this one should be a little bit easier. It's just 15,
Hold on.
20, and then
Hold on.
25.
Nope, too fast.
Okay.
I'm doing something. So a
Okay.
15. What was the other one?
Yep. 20
A 20
and a 25.
and a 25.
Yep.
Dope. Okay, and now strength.
20.
Hold on. Okay,
A 24, and I don't know if it matters, but it was a nat 20 on that one.
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, it does matter. It does matter. It does matter. It does matter.
Yeah, it was 20 plus 4 from my.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then what was the last one?
12.
12.
So in the whole thing, I really only had a couple rolls, but they were all pretty good.
Okay, let me tally these up. Those cancel out. You had pretty good rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. Let's figure out.
Man, I was real nervous when I was doing those wisdom rolls. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, that was.
Thank God Paladin is proficient in wisdom.
Okay. I'll make you a sheet. So. I'm going to be sending you a private message, David. So this will describe the basics. I'll be making you a character sheet for this, but this is the basics.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
And then there's some things that are going to change. So because of your score, you also gain this. And I'll be cleaning all this up to make it more streamlined, but just so you get that kind of instant gratification. Let me.
It's like sitting here loading and loading and loading.
Oops.
Yeah, you hearted it. Thanks.
Why is it still doing that?
I don't know. It's that one specifically.
Let me try it this way. Still doing it. That's what it says.
Hell yeah. Who needs animals when you can? Is that all? Or
Nope, there's more coming.
oh goddamn. Okay. Is this because of my rolls?
Yep.
All right.
Is it gonna be the Uber Eularian from what I can?
Oh, that's I don't know which stat is that one, but I'm really happy I have that. I'm assuming that's like wisdom. Was that one?
Yeah, so I'll be cleaning all this up because some of them replace the base because of your your scores. So I'll be cleaning all this up and sending you a full sheet. And this is the last one that you got.
Oh, okay.
So I'll clean all that up. I'll make it clear and concise at a later time. But now you know what you can do. If you kind of read through all that and put all the pieces together, and then
Yeah, so I mean, I haven't read all. I've read about half. It's the later half that I've read so far. Seems pretty dope.
Bless you.
Thank you. It's very kind of you.
Mhm. Anytime.